Hey guys, want to do a video, do a little bit of talking about fuel taxes. This was a problem I had trouble understanding when we first got into trucking and understanding how the fuel taxes work and stuff. So I want to do a little video kind of explaining how it's charged and how we build up an account every time we buy diesel. So first thing, best thing to know is you want to know what each state's tax rate is. Now you can find this at iftach.org, and once you go to that website, you'll go over here on the left-hand side, look at tax rates. Gives you a complete list of all the tax rates for each state, including all of Canada's, and then of course all 50 states for the U.S. Few things I liked. That's something I've learned was in Indiana and Kentucky, they both charge a surcharge tax on top of the fuel tax. So those are two states I typically try to shy away from because that 11 cents and 10 cents on top of the fuel tax they're charging doesn't go towards any extra diesel or my IFTA account that builds up every time I buy diesel. That's just wasted money. So those are kind of wasted places to buy diesel, in my opinion. For instance, in Kentucky, 10 cents, I buy 200 gallons. That's $20 of extra tax I'm paying them, and they just keep that. That doesn't go towards the IFTA or in my fuel tanks. So once you do this for a while, you kind of learn. I kind of got most of them all memorized. What states are high, what states are low. Pennsylvania has the highest fuel tax of 64 cents, while I think Oklahoma has the cheapest of 13 cents. So after a while of doing it, you kind of get to know most of the what states charge and where you want to buy your fuel at. If you need to build up that account some with a higher fuel tax like Pennsylvania, or want to save some money and go with the cheaper fuel taxes. But I guess we'll go ahead and start. I'm going to explain how fuel tax is charged to us. Got a little demonstration kind of typed up here. For instance, I'm doing a load picking up in Los Angeles, going to Nashville. That is going to be a total of 2,004 miles. And what I've done is broke it down into each state, how many miles I'm going to be driving through each state. Now, each state has a different tax rate, so it's not, you got to figure out each state's miles that you've driven. Now, most companies will do this for you, or a lot of GPSs will calculate this for you. So this isn't something you have to do every run, but this is just kind of a demonstration to kind of show you how much tax a load from LA to Nashville, 2,004 miles, would be owed after driving through those states. So here in California, we'd be driving 256 miles to get to the Arizona border. So my truck gets 10 miles a gallon, a little bit more, but I just did 10 miles for the simplicity of it. So I would take 256 miles divided by my 10 miles a gallon, which means I burned 25.6 gallons in the state of California. Now, California, they will charge you it's 45 cents per gallon that you burn driving through their state. So 25.6 gallons times 45 cents means I'll owe California $11.52 for driving this load through their state. Then in Arizona, I'm going to be doing 389 miles. Divide that by my 10 miles per gallon equals I burn 38.9 gallons driving through Arizona. They've got a cheaper fuel tax of 26 cents. So I'll times that 38.9 gallons by 26 cents, and I'll owe Arizona $10.11. So, and then each state you drive through, the miles you drive, the gallons you burn, then whatever their fuel tax rate is, and that gives you your what you owe each state going through their states, driving on their roads. So LA to Nashville, 2,004 miles, I would owe a IFTA fuel tax of $46.92. Now, I'm not going to have to pay that because I'm going to be buying diesel along the way. As you're buying your diesel, every time you buy a gallon in California, 45 cents of the money you pay at the pump goes towards your IFTA account balance. So that's how they bill us on fuel taxes. I guess let's talk about how we build up our IFTA account as we buy diesel. So every time you buy diesel, there's a tax included in that pump price. Each state has a different tax. That's why some states fuel's a little bit more expensive than other states, is they might have a higher tax rate than other states do. But every time you buy a gallon of diesel, for instance in California, if I buy 100 gallons of diesel in California, you would times that by 0.45 cents. That would give me $45 towards my IFTA account. So if I bought 100 gallons in California, that would almost cover what I would owe on this $46.92. I would still owe about $1.92 left. But if I bought diesel in Oklahoma at 13 cents at 100 gallons, that would only give me $13 towards my IFTA. So you see how that works. Sometimes, the bigger fuel tax states helps pay back that, but you don't want to buy diesel just because they have a big fuel tax. The way you want to buy it is you're always going to subtract the fuel tax from the total price they charge per gallon, like this. So I made a list of different TAs along this route from LA to Amarillo. There's a TA in Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Tennessee. So I looked up their fuel pump price. For instance, in Arizona here is $2.46 a gallon. Then you minus their fuel tax, means I'm getting diesel at $2.19 a gallon. Or in New Mexico, they're $2.47 a gallon. They only have a 21-cent fuel tax, making it $2.26 a gallon of diesel that I'm getting. And then if you look down here in Oklahoma and in Arkansas, their diesel is the same price, but they have two different fuel taxes. Arkansas is being 22.5 cents, Oklahoma 13. So if you subtract that from the pump price in Arkansas, I'm getting diesel for $2.05 a gallon, whereas in Oklahoma is $2.14 a gallon. And here's another example where it really helps you out and gets kind of confusing. If you're traveling, say from it's Buffalo, New York, coming down the 90 towards Ohio, or even heading up that way, diesel price in Ohio was $2.489 a gallon. Most people would be like, hey, that's 30 cents cheaper than PA. In Pennsylvania, I'm going to go ahead and fill up in Ohio. But what they don't realize is Ohio's fuel tax is only 28 cents. Whereas in Pennsylvania, it's 64 cents. So if you subtract those fuel taxes from the total pump price, you're actually getting a better deal filling up in PA. You will pay a little bit more up front, but that money goes towards your fuel tax that you're going to owe for driving through these states anyway. And that's you just can't help those. You're going to have to pay taxes. So that's the way to get the cheapest diesel, is to subtract the fuel tax from the pump price. That's what you're paying for diesel. So that's a 5 cent difference in diesel right there, whereas at the pump price looks like you're saving 30 cents when you're really not, because filling up here you're getting diesel for 220. PA, which is about 30 miles away from the Ohio TA, you're getting it 5 cents cheaper. So I hope this video helps you out understanding the fuel taxes, how it's charged, how it's billed, and help you guys save a little bit of money on buying your fuel in the future. I'll have a link to the IFTA website down in the description. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask in the comments section. Always here to try to help somebody out, save some money, and be successful in the trucking business. That's all I got. You signing out. You guys have a good one and be profitable.